Consistency is not my strong suit, and when I don't feel well, that just kind of amplifies my pre-existing problem. Today's video isn't Worst Gun and Shooter History, or Worst Gun and Shooter History World War II Edition, or Best Gun and Shooter History, even though I do have ideas for all three of those. But because those videos take a little bit more effort, I need to go get gameplay, I need to do a little bit of research, and it takes longer to edit and record and everything. I'm just not feeling up to that today, so I will be working on those for next week, so don't worry about that. Maybe you'll even get 2 next week. I don't know, I shouldn't make any more promises than I already do. But you read the title, you read the description, and I'm going to be talking about game chat and why I think everybody should be in it. Now, if you're somebody that plays with a party of friends, I'm not telling you to leave party chat and go into game chat and have all of your conversations for everybody to hear. Don't do that. This is for people that are playing by themselves, and a lot of people just hop on video games and play them by themselves. Now, I'm somebody that plays on PC and Xbox. And there are more people on PC with mics. I almost just feel like that's the nature of PC. I'm not going to get into that. But ever since the current gen consoles came out, the Xbox One and the PS4, I have heard so many people talk about that there's nobody in game chat. Who issued the radio silence? Now, some people had the dumb conclusion that it's because they need chat adapters for the controllers and chat adapters cost more. Well, first of all, the PS4 and Xbox both launched with chat headsets, like in the box. I know the PlayStation had a really terrible one, but there were chat headsets in the box. And every headset I looked up when I started hearing this came with a chat adapter. Every Turtle Beach, every Astro, every Red Dragon, every Afterglow. Any of those brands of headsets came with a chat adapter. I couldn't find headsets that didn't come with chat adapters, and now Xbox One controllers just have 3.5mm headphone jacks in the bottom of the controller, and I think there might be PlayStation ones that do that as well. I don't know, I don't own them. So why are people just not in game chat? Well, I'd assume that they're mostly in parties or they just don't want to talk. But why should you be in game chat? That's the video's title. Why should you be in game chat whenever you can? When your friends aren't online, when you're just hopping on to play for 10 minutes, why should you be in game chat? Let me tell you a story. I was playing Modern Warfare 3 after I had just received my 360 maybe a couple weeks before, and I had one friend on Xbox and he was a friend in my town and we played together sometimes. But one day while I was playing Modern Warfare 3 by myself, I joined a game late. I joined the game at the end, and there was somebody asking if anybody had a mic who was someone a lot younger than me. Well, I guess not too much younger, but sounded a lot younger. Anyway, so I unmuted my mic and I said, "Hi, I have a mic," and we talked for a little bit, and then the person asked me if I wanted to 1v1. Well, back in the day, I used to watch a lot of Minnesota Burns, and one of Minnesota Burns' kind of prank troll things was to get people into a 1v1 and put on headshots only. So I invited this guy to my private lobby and put headshots only on and proceeded to kick his ass, and all of his bullets would fly through my chest, and then I would insta-kill him in the head. The person thought I was modding the game, and he invited his friend to the match to kick my ass or to see if it was just affecting him. And he invited somebody named Dylan. Now, this person, Dylan, knew about the Minnesota Burns troll with the headshots only, realized what I was doing, and proceeded to laugh. Later that night, I'm not going to go into everything, but later that night, me and Dylan had long conversations, and then he friended me. And then we had conversations the next day, and the next day, and the next day. We played so much Modern Warfare 3, it hurt. He introduced me to his friends, and they met new friends, and those friends introduced me to new friends, and somewhere in those groups of friends, I met somebody named Cameron. And Cameron, though, is a massive douchebag, and I hope I never hear from him again, but if I ever do, I'm gonna have a lot of fucking fun with it. I might even record it. Anyway, this Cameron guy introduced me to someone named Alyssa, and me and Alyssa hit it off really, really well. We hadn't ended up talking late into the night and playing games with her friends and Cameron's friends and my friend Dylan and his friends and everybody I met through that one guy. Remember, this all started from that one guy that I heard. Like, I could go in way more in depth with names and places and dates. But after meeting her and Cameron and my friend Dylan and his friends and everyone, and even my friend that was in my town and all of his friends, I had around 40 people that would just kind of circulate through parties, and I recognized all of them. Now, that Alyssa person I told you about, she thought I was the least creepiest person there. I was the least skeevy, I was the least douchey, and she's probably a little wrong on that, but she ended up taking a liking to me. And to pull a prank on our normie friend Cameron, the asshole I mentioned earlier, we pretended to be in a relationship. That pretending felt really right. To make a long story really short and sweet, that person is now in the room next to me while I'm recording this. Alyssa, not Cameron. Anyway, the girl I met on Xbox through a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of somebody that was just asking if anybody had a mic in Modern Warfare 3 is now sitting in the room next to me drawing something while I record. Me and Alyssa have now been dating for 4 years. Our anniversary was just 4 days ago at the time of recording this. She lived in Texas, I lived in Idaho, over 1,000 miles away. Now she stays here for a couple months out of every year, and when I say couple, it's usually like 4 or 5. There was one time when she was here for like 7 months, and she basically lives in my house for several months out of the year. So I'm not saying go into game chat because you might end up with a girlfriend. What I'm saying is meeting people creates chain reactions. And the person I mentioned earlier, Dylan, him and his friend Brandon are now some of my closest friends. We weeded out a lot of people, and a lot of people had change of priorities. They had, they ended up getting beef with me or Alyssa or my buddy Dylan or my buddy Brandon, and we don't talk to them anymore, and that sucks. But if I wasn't in game chat, that chain reaction would have never happened. So I would hate for you to miss out on making a friend or meeting a new person that you can hang out with, finding somebody to love, or finding a clan to play with. I think the social aspect of gaming is very, very important. And I know some of the comments are gonna say, well, you know, I don't really enjoy going to game chat because of all the screaming kids and loud people and people calling each other names and telling me to kill myself. Well, I'd recommend muting those people, moving on, leaving that game, reporting them if necessary. And don't let a couple of douchebags on Xbox or PlayStation Network or on your computer playing like Counter-Strike and other PC games, don't let douchebags keep you from meeting good people. And usually, and this isn't always the case, but I usually find that if I meet somebody that's playing the same video game as me or enjoys the same video game franchise as me, we usually have a lot more in common than we realize. More than meeting somebody at school, at the supermarket, or at a bar, where those are very general things where everybody goes to. Not everybody is going to be in a match of Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Doom, Forza. So basically what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to do here is create a different way to look at game chat. And hopefully you think before you just click mute all, or you just mute people or block people, or just go into an empty party and sit there by yourself. I recommend not doing that. Work with your team, help your team out, make friends, get to know people, have fun arguments online with people that can't touch you. That's the best part. Or just go into game chat with a group of your friends and just harass people and just be fucking rowdy assholes. I don't know. The social aspect of gaming, the human aspect of gaming, has been missing for me. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy the game Squad, is because it requires people to have mics and to communicate with the people around them. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something, or I changed the way you think of something. And again, I'm not saying you're gonna meet your girlfriend or your boyfriend on Xbox or anything like that. That's a fluke, and it's a good fluke. But chain reactions of friendships happen everywhere, and you might as well meet people on your platform of choice, on your gaming platform of choice, so that they're there for you when you're bored or lonely or need someone to play with. So you have people like that you enjoy playing with, they can last, those kind of friendships can last for years. I've now known that Dylan fellow for about 5 years now, almost 6 years. So if you stayed to this part in the video, leave me the word Yeti at the end of your comment. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See you when I see ya. Goodbye.